So Patrick, we're walking by your booth here at the World's Fair of Money, and we saw very unusual PCGS currency holders with what appears to be shipwreck notes. Now, this isn't something I think I've ever seen before. So can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. The SS Andrea Doria shipwreck currency is actually the world's first and only, as far as we know, shipwreck currency. We see a lot of incredible shipwreck coins in gold and silver, and this is particularly interesting because it's the first shipwreck currency, so paper money. It was the SS Andrea Doria collided with the SS Stockholm. The ship was heading from Italy, Genoa, Italy, to the east coast of the United States, and collided off the coast of the U.S. And the ship went down, and I think it was around 40 people that passed away.
So how did these notes get recovered, and how did they survive?
Well, the shipwreck was in 1956. It took many years until the mid-'80s for the recovery teams to actually get to the safes that were located on the ship. It was believed that perhaps they would be full of gold and diamonds and rare coins. In fact, they were full of, one safe was full of Italian Lira, and the other one was full of U.S. silver certificates.
So I see that PCGS has assigned a different grading system to it than we're used to. It looks like they come in A, B, and C grades. Can you explain what that is?
Correct. The silver certificates are available in 3 grades. The C grade is probably the most affordable piece, and I would say maybe there's 20 to 30% deterioration of the note, and it only gets better from there.
Okay.
The Lira note, the Italian Lira note, is available in genuine.
Right.
And that's the only grade available for
There's not a lot of it left.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So how difficult was it to get them to get these notes actually flattened and presentable and put in these holders?
Good question. Actually, they when they were found, they were in stacks they were just in stacks, and they had to very delicately pull them apart and treat them, and they were actually pretty well preserved.
So Jeff, we were walking the bourse floor and we found a pretty interesting and very scarce note in your table, and we always like notes that have some sort of interesting engraving, and this one shows a man getting ready to give someone a real beat down. What can you tell us about this note?
Well, this is a 1776 Georgia $8 note that features a man with a cane, which is a very unusual vignette to be putting on currency of that period, and is very scarce and a very popular note.
So you said an $8 note. What was it redeemable?
It was Spanish mill dollars because the currency really wasn't established at that time, and we were still using Spanish currency as one of the main forms of currency in the United States as it began.
So a holder of that note could then redeem it at a bank and get 8 Spanish mill dollars.
Yes.
And so how collectible is this type of currency?
It's very collectible. We have a nice collection in our auction coming up of 50 to 75 notes. They're all from New England and the southern states, and very, very, very popular with collectors now, probably more so than ever.
Sure. And what is the estimated value of this note?
I believe this is a $1,500 to $2,000 note.
Very cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In 1944, or actually it was in 45, but the red series was printed
right.
in 45, and we were using them in Denmark in the Second World War, and we used them maybe a little bit too much with the German army. So in 1944 they made a new series, and everyone in Denmark had to turn these in and trade them, and if they had more than 500 crown, who actually at that time was equal to 1 acre of land, so that was a lot of money, they had to tell where they got more than 500 crown each person. They came in from one day to the bank, closed them on a Friday, gave them all the new red ones,
right,
and told people, if you have 500 or more, we will write your name down and find out how you got them. So this area was banned. People would burn them, people would throw them out. They were so scared to get...
They were scared that they would be considered collaborators.
Yep.
We came by your booth, we saw you have a lot of the older Scandinavian notes and a lot of old world currency notes. What do you have to show us today?
Little bit nice to see is the first Norwegian note is a little bit special note. It was made by a private man in Bergen, and it's a nice history from this note. You know, he went bankruptcy and he gave it to many, and the note is a little special because you got the note and you only got half the note, and you know, then when you wanted silver back or money back, you had to deliver the other part of it. And that's one of the earliest notes in the world.
It's very unusual looking since it looks like it's been torn in half. So they had to literally have both halves to get their money?
Yes, and every single part had a separate numbers. So they must fit, the number had to fit together. So that's a special, you know, there is no other notes, you know, you have to put it that way, but that was because it was little primitive. The first notes was, you know, a little more primitive than the notes today then. But the system is about the same, you know. Today or before 1940, you could deliver the note back to the Norwegian bank and get silver or gold back for the money, you know. So it was about the same kind of system, but a little bit different. Here they had each part had the same numbers.
And you said it was a private individual?
Yes, it was a private businessman who applied to the king and asked to make these banknotes. And he got the permission, but a little bit later, when a lot of people lost a lot of money because he couldn't pay it back again, then I don't think the king let any more people make their own money. So later it became more official, you know, from the king's money then.